recording. We can talk about stuff. Sorry, I had to vent about that. See, look, we always do an hour session. That's why I said 1 o'clock. See? I'm smart. Smart. Big brains on Brad.
Don't blame me for your shit,
Did you like? Did you calm down, Bruja? I fucking say you. We're memeing each other. God damn it. Yeah, I will blame it on you because then that way I am a nice guy and you're the bad guy.
Perfect. There we go.
Way to go. Mean guy. How dare you make me not stream God of War at 12 o'clock? I am starting it today, by the way. Which I'm actually really... God of War Ragnarok.
Nice.
Yeah. Yes. But yes, we are ready to go. Oh, and I'm going to get my new chair on Tuesday. Tomorrow. It's coming in. The launch
Sweet.
Time. Yep. The Herman Miller one. So we'll both have the same chair. What you doing down there?
Me?
Yeah.
Finishing my profile.
For what?
On the Hive social.
Oh my god.
But it won't let me put a website in. So nothing I can do. It keeps saying invalid.
Emails and fucking...
No, it's just an invalid website. I'm like, is this because it's Android? Like, it probably works on fucking...
No, it works on my phone. Your shit just broke. Your shit always broke.
Hive works on your phone?
Yeah. I didn't even know what... I don't even have it.
You fuck. You're such a shit. All right, let's get into this fucking show.
I'm going to put all this, what we just did on this is going to be the intro.
Fuck. All right, perfect. Fine. Be that way. And here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome.
What the fuck? What?
I don't know what just happened there. This again. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pardon the Distraction. We are post. You know what? We're trying to get back into our rhythm here. We have no idea what we're doing. Let's be fair.
Knows. Yeah.
Yeah. Lost Drake's been on vacation. I am DJBluePDX, and this, of course, is the Lost Drake, fresh back from Hawaii. He did not get any tanner, somehow being in the sun for that long. Did you, though? You look like you bathed in SPF 1000.
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't want to get burned.
Because... Well, that's what
and I was
do.
swimming with porpoises. Okay, I had a purpose. See what I did there?
You had a purpose with a porpoise?
Yeah, yeah. Which, by the way, too, I got to talk about all this on the podcast because there's a lot of stuff that happened while we were gone. It was pretty cool. So yes, yeah, things, because we got some ups and we got some downs and we got some things that are really negative and nasty that we got to touch topic on, and a lot of video games obviously have came out this month, and we can also talk about Modern Warfare, which I know you have been having fun with. And well, at least you gave me a weird face there, but I have been enjoying it.
Oh no, I think this hands down is one of the greatest Call of Duty Modern Warfare campaigns I've ever played.
Okay.
And
did you beat it yet?
The campaign? No, not yet. I'm gonna do that today, probably on stream.
Oh, dude, just wait. Okay, just stay through the credits.
I've been having such a blast with it.
It's like Marvel. You gotta stay through.
Okay, yeah, I've been having such a blast with it. The multiplayer is incredible. Warzone 2 obviously just takes everything that we ever bitched about Warzone 1 and knocks it on its ass. It's great.
Yeah, it's
Warzone
really
2 fixed all this. It's a beautiful battle royale. It is a gorgeous battle royale, and it's so inventive, but also consistent.
I think the only issue that that has still been an issue is joining a party of 4. We kept getting disconnected. We kept having issues. I don't know if they fixed that over the last couple days, but I know they've been diligently working on the party system, because like the load screen, like from going with your party all together, even in multiplayer, if you have over 4 people, especially if it's cross progression between PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, it like fucking melts down and it'll start glitching out and it'll just freeze and then all of a sudden it'll load and it's like, what the fuck? It's really weird. I think that's really my only gripe about it. I honestly, have you played DMZ yet? The DMZ mode?
No.
Like the Tarkov mode?
No.
Yes. So they basically made their own.
Does it have the same kind of, I would say, material management or, where you have to fucking organize your backpack?
So basically what it is you drop in with nothing.
Right.
When you
but
first
do you have
start.
to organize your backpack or you just pick shit up and put shit on?
So here's basically the way it works now. So they implemented what they have for Call of Duty. Like, you know how you have your slot system, right? But what they did is they kind of took some of the aspects of Tarkov and basically you drop in with 2 people. It's 2 people total. And then you drop, well, actually, is it 2 or 3? I think we were just playing with 2 because we couldn't get 3 to work. But we were playing 2-player, and we were going in, and basically you jump out just like you would. You land in the map, and there's objectives and things that you have to do. So before you go in, they give you objectives like you have to go disable like 4 SAM sites, and then you have to exfil and get out, and whatever you have in your backpack carries over into your next game. So basically, you can pick stuff up.
Do you have to manage your backpack, like go in there and make sure shit fits within a certain number of blocks, like a Tetris game from hell?
No. It's not like that. No,
good.
it's basically
then I'll play it
you get
because
slots.
that shit is why I say fuck Tarkov. I will never play it or Rust.
Well, fuck. I hate survival games in general, but this is actually one that I actually did enjoy because what it does is when you pick up stuff, like you got to pick up junk, like you'll pick up computer components and like hard drives, and you'll pick stuff around. You go back, and you know how like when you go buy stuff from the buy station, when it opens up that box, and you can buy like UAV and all that stuff, right? You sell the junk that you pick up to the box to buy stuff. So basically you're on a scavenging hunt going around, but here's the crazy part. There's actual people in it, like real people running around trying to kill you, but there's also a shit ton of NPCs. So basically they're just running around and it's just like you're playing the campaign. So, but they're twice as hard. And they also have jugs running around guarding certain locations and like all kinds of stuff. So basically you get to a point and then like if you get seen, then they sound an alarm and then you just get fucking swarmed. And then it's almost like
that sounds amazing.
And then it's almost like horde mode. It's almost like horde mode where like you just have horde mode. Yes. You just open your legs and hope everything works out. Wow. But yes.
We just, again, took this to the darkest place possible.
Well, no, that would be the butthole. Just your face. All right. Anyway, so, So anyway, you get...
Where's the strangest place you've ever made whoopee? In the butt, Bob.
Yeah. Yes.
In the butt.
Yes. So, but yeah, so you do like certain points, and then as you progress, you get these more advanced intels. The cool thing is it's all the same voice actors from the campaign. So you have that chick that gives you all the intel drops, and she's like, hey, go here, do that. They'll actually do like a whole intel briefing before you go in. So, but you can pick only 3 objectives to do per turn. You can't just pick them all up at once and go, which is kind of cool, but they get harder and harder. Like one of the ones that you had to do to exfil, you had to land, get a truck, and put 9 tanks of full gas in the back of it and make it to exfil with the vehicle without it exploding.
Without it blowing up?
Yes.
That's fucking absurd, and I love it.
Yes. So there's like ridiculous shit like that. And then there's like one where you got to like disable every SAM on the map and make it back without dying. But when you disable the SAM, then like there's strongholds that activate, and then you have like these guys with like riot shields just bum rushing you and fucking going crazy. And it's actually, I actually had a lot of fun. I think me and you would have a blast playing that together because we're very like tactical about how we do stuff.
Yeah.
But it, you know what it's what Siege should be. That's what it reminds me of. Like a newer age Siege with great graphics, with great play, but the only difference is it doesn't have just, hey, here's a building, just try to kill each other. It's more of like, hey, here's a giant ass map. We're going to drop in 3 teams. You are all going after the same fucking objectives. And the crazy thing is you can see other people exfil and you can kill them and take their shit. So
That's wicked.
it's kind of like a mix of Division. You remember like Division, how they had the exfil system where you'd pop the smoke and you had to wait for the helicopter and you had to guard the area, just like that. It's really cool.
It's wild.
Yeah. So no, it's a lot of fun. So they added that mode. Obviously they added the Spec Ops. They finally brought back Hardcore, which is awesome, which is now called Tier 1. And you know how much of a naysayer I was about Call of Duty the last couple of years. I fucking hated it. I hate zombies. And I know a lot of people get mad. Well, you hate zombies. I fucking hate that goddamn mode. It is the same fucking game every fucking time they release it. Treyarch needs to stop making Call of Duty games because they're the same fucking game every time. But
it does feel a very copy paste.
It's copy pasta every fucking time, no matter what. So I love what they're doing with the Modern Warfare series. It has always been really good to me. Like, I feel like even the last one, when they remade Modern Warfare, the story, the campaign, like, got nuked. It wasn't what it was supposed to be. But it wasn't bad, but this campaign was so good. So I'm very excited about it. I actually, now I've actually kind of added it to the rotation of games, and I've already started working on like all my weapons and my loadouts and multiplayer. And the battle pass is very interesting. Did you get a chance to dive into that at all?
I have not dived into that at all.
So basically they put up like this map, and each area of the map has 5 items. And once you unlock that area, then it opens up a next area of the map, and then basically your whole goal is to fill out the entire map. So, and then they actually give you quite a bit of like actual money currency, which is kind of nice. Normally Call of Duty is very stingy about that. Really nice, because I got the whole Dragon Pack right off the bat from free currency. I didn't even have to pay for anything, which was nice.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
all right, we'll have to check that out.
Yeah, but yes, so that happened. And then Hawaii.
Yes.
So I'll just be quick about it because there was a lot of stuff. We did a luau because Nay wanted to do a luau. We did that. That was the very last thing we did of the entire trip. That was awesome. They did the pig roast. They did, the luau, all the traditional dances, the Polynesian, and also like the Tongan, and like actually like all the different isles of the Pacific Triangle. So it was really cool that they did that and brought the culture base to it. It was really neat. I really enjoyed that. But I think the coolest experience for me was, well, there was actually 2 really cool experiences, but we did them 2 different days. And me, my daughter, and my wife, we all went out on this boat, and we got to swim with live dolphins. Like in the ocean.
Awesome.
So they take you out and they take you around.
They're so much fun.
So here's the crazy thing. It's illegal to touch the dolphins, and it's also illegal to touch sea turtles. Well, because sea turtles were the green sea turtle, I guess, was almost nearly extinct, and they've been breeding them like crazy, so they're almost out of the endangered list, I guess. But you're not allowed to touch them. It's a $50,000 fine. Yeah, they don't fuck around. So anyway, we went. Basically, they were like, "Hey, we're gonna jump. When we tell you to jump off the boat, jump off the fucking boat.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate. Just jump off, and whatever you do, don't jump on somebody's head." And we're like, "Oh my god." So anyway, they give us our flippers. They give us our snorkels and our mask and everything. And
the caveat to that is, you can't actively go and attempt to touch either of them. If one of them touches you, whole different story.
Yes. So the cool thing is that we jumped off the boat, and we were in probably, I don't know, 100 feet of water. And so it was really deep, but you could see the sand floor, like you could see the sand shelf, and then you could see it.
Water's so clear there.
Yeah, and then it just dropped right
into darkness.
Just darkness, which when I did training in the military, we had to do open ocean training, and they just drop you out of a helicopter and go. So that type of shit. When you see stuff like that, and you look down and you're just waiting for Jaws to eat you, I don't like that. Because the ocean is still the most undiscovered. We know more about space than our own fucking ocean. It's creepy.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Godzilla to come out one day. So,
Cool.
but we're swimming around. We saw some fish, but they were like super low down. There wasn't any giant schools of fish. And it was kind of also like on and off, like sprinkling misting. So the waves were real choppy and stuff. So we're swimming around. And, you know, there wasn't much going on. And then we saw a sea turtle, like a big one. And I mean, it was huge. It was probably like arms. It was ginormous, just swimming on the bottom. We saw the turtle and we were like, all right, that's cool, whatever, right? So
Yeah.
Nay and my daughter, they basically got tired and they're like, hey, let's go back to the boat. So we go back to the boat. And we saw dolphins like off the bow of the boat, and like you could kind of see them off in the distance, and they were just kind of doing their own thing, but there was a boat that was chasing them. So they were kind of scaring them away. And then there were some divers that actually had like scuba gear on, and they actually jumped in and were like trying to follow them. And so, which you're not
People
supposed
are
to do.
stupid.
They're fucking dumb. Anyway, so we basically, everybody got on the boat, and Nay goes to the bathroom because she's like, I really got to pee. She goes to the bathroom, and I go to the front of the boat, and I dude, I have like eagle eyes. Like I spotted these dolphins jumping out of the water, probably like 200 feet off the front of the boat. And I looked at the captain. I go, is that dolphins? And he was like looking at his radar, and he like gets out the binoculars. He's like, oh my God. There was this little baby dolphin, probably about this big, jumping, doing full on Echo the Dolphin type shit out of the water.
Just having fun,
Dude,
being an
having
idiot.
fun, just chilling, whatever. But the scuba divers were kind of chasing them. And so we thought it was like maybe 4 or 5 dolphins just kind of swimming together, a small pod, right? I see it and I go, Nay, Nay, Nay. And Nay's like, or my daughter Lily was like, hey, like she's in the bathroom. I'm like, I'm going back in. She's like, okay. I jump in. I swim around the front, and they had an underwater photographer, which we're getting those photos, by the way. Those should be
Yay,
coming soon,
that'll be
so you
awesome.
can see them. But the cool thing is that I jumped off the boat, and I started swimming, and the boat was anchored. And so I was following the anchor, and right as I was doing to the front of the boat, probably about 20 dolphins swim right underneath me. And I mean like
that's-
arms distance away. Just
that's
swim
so
right
cool.
underneath me, and I kind of like swam sideways and was like kind of just following them, and I turned my flips and kind of followed them a little bit, and
Yeah.
and then I was like, the dolphins are right here, and then the photographer like swam after him, got some good photos, and then they kind of like disappeared. But then we started like swimming behind the boat, dude, and I'm not joking. And I wish Nay would have been out there with me because it was one of the coolest experiences. Hang on, my camera's going a little. But one of the coolest experiences, because Nay wasn't out there with me, she was still in the boat, and I kind of went out and I stopped, and I was just chilling. I was just chilling, real quiet. And then some other people came up with me, and we were all just kind of swimming in place, and we were just kind of kicking our feet real slow, just chilling. And then all of a sudden, the mama and the baby dolphin swim, dude, and they were just swimming, and they were kind of like swimming sideways with like their belly kind of like on us, and then they were kind of swimming around us, and they and arm's length, and just swimming
wow,
around,
that's
just checking us out. So then I started swimming sideways and was mimicking them, and then the baby started mimicking what I was doing and was just following me around, and they were there for a good 5 minutes, and then we looked down, and they said on this boat, this was the biggest pod they've ever seen. It was over 70 dolphins.
Oh, wow.
And they were all
cool.
together. They were spotted dolphins, and they were all swimming together, and it was just a giant fucking... And it's funny, too, because, like, before we started, they go, if you see dolphins, don't worry. You won't see any sharks. We try not even to bring up that word because it freaks people out, because sometimes you can't see below you. But if dolphins are around, sharks are nowhere to be seen. And so
No, they'll fuck a shark up.
So yeah, so that was the one of the coolest experiences ever in my life. I've never done that. And seeing them in nature, like in the wild, like that, just, it's so neat. You have such a new like express like love for nature when you see stuff like that. But then the next day we did a full tour of the entire island.
Oh, cool.
So we got to do the entire island, and we got to go to the Buddhist temple, and it's actually a mimicked build of the one that's in Japan, to represent 100 years of the Japanese being on the Hawaiian island. And they actually had a giant bell that you ring to like wash off and ward off bad spirits and juju. And basically you pull back this big like gong and it fucking hits the hammer. Well, they were saying like the louder it is, the more evil like you're escaping your body. Well, my ass, I have a video of it too. Everybody was laughing. They're like, man, he's pissed at you. Like everybody was saying to Nay because like I pulled it back and I cranked it and I slammed it into the bell. I actually moved the bell. This bell probably weighs 6 tons easy.
Jesus.
And I fucking moved it because I hit it so hard. And Nay was like, my ears, she's like, my ears are ringing because I hit it so hard. And so,
Jesus.
but we got to go into, and it was so calm and serene. And we got to see some waterfalls off in the distance. We got to go in the rainforest. And a lot of people don't know this, but there is no seagulls in Hawaii at all. None. No seagulls whatsoever.
That seems weird.
But they have wild chickens everywhere. Wild chickens everywhere. So, and there's also mongoose there. So, but they got the mongoose to kind of cut down on like certain animals. And the problem is that the mongoose are nocturnal and the other animals are out in the middle of the day. So they basically overbred. So they're just a shit ton of chickens. And they're just walking around,
Oh
dude.
my-
And they're like
Just doing their
pigeons
shit.
there. They're like pigeons.
Oh, God.
They're everywhere. You'll be eating at a picnic table, and there'll be a giant fucking cock underneath your fucking legs. No pun intended.
God damn it.
But yes, yeah, it's pretty crazy. So that
That's hilarious.
So, but yeah, no, we enjoyed it. We got to go snorkeling, and me and Lily and Nay got to go out with the snorkel and like hang out and have a good time, and that was fun. And we got to go to this little alcove, and we got to actually swim, and we were in a school of probably like 20,000 fish. They were just swimming around us, and just the flickering of the lights, and it was just cool. I saw pufferfish and angelfish, and it was just really cool. It was really cool. I don't know what's going on with my camera, but did I just turn off my camera? Yes, I did.
I believe you just did there,
Yes,
bud.
yeah, you know what?
Now
Look.
it's just hello, darkness, my old friend.
Look,
there it is.
now I'm blue. Now I'm black. You know what? Hey, look. Technical.
Right?
Everything is fine.
Everything is awesome. All right.
Hey, I'm back.
Let's see.
I'm blue.
There we go.
Dabba D. Nope. Now I'm not. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a
are
hot
you
mess.
doing?
Look. My camera works now. Hi.
Does it though?
I don't even know anymore. Not anymore. But I'm back.
Yeah, there we go. Awesome. So
Yeah, that's Hawaii. So yes, that was fun. And then, and obviously, while I was gone, it was one of the biggest, like, video game weeks of forever. What the hell is going? I am literally having a hot mess with my camera today. It just does not want to focus on me. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna focus on all the arcades in the background. Fuck you, Drake. Okay,
Yeah.
Cool, sweet. Let's just do that.
well, in the Pacific Northwest, we finally got into some fall came for 3.5 minutes and basically told us to go fuck ourselves and left. And we went from 70 to 80 degrees
There we go.
1 week to upper 30s, lower 40s, and then mid 30s the next week.
Gross.
Like it went, we're talking 40. Every implant in my body is screaming still. It's frigid ass, stupid cold out there. It's like, all right. But last weekend, I was down in, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, I was down in Los Angeles for the celebrity charity event with Landfest for the Boys and Girls Club of Hollywood. It was incredible. We raised $71,000
Nice.
for charity. 71,000
yeah,
was
bro.
incredible. Absolutely incredible. Got to meet Ike Barinholtz, got to meet Jay Ress, who is an Olympic gold medal swimmer. And I remember watching him like on TV swimming, because I'm a huge swimming fan.
Yeah.
And I said, God, you look really funny. He's like, yeah, I was in the Olympics and I was on the men's swimming team. I was like, oh my God, I just didn't recognize you without your Speedo on.
Oh my God, damn it.
And he just grinned and thought that was fucking hilarious. It was a great experience. Landfest did a wonderful job producing the show. I got to shoutcast Rocket League for the first time, fell in love with it. Cannot wait to run some Rocket League tourneys. But yeah, that's it. As far as yeah, I got back in Rainbow Six Siege. Obviously, I'm excited. By the way, this Friday we are going to be playing some Dying Light 2, but also this Friday, my DJ said I am taking over the Logitech channel again and raising money for Stack Up and Veterans Awareness.
Nice. Heck
yep,
yeah.
It's gonna be lots of fun.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, no, and with Dying Light as well, like, because obviously I did that sponsored stream and we were supposed to play together and everything was fucking aloof. And then we also found out that the game isn't crossplay, but they were amazing enough to give me a copy of it for Steam. So now we're gonna play together, and I think it's cross progression as far as like save goes. If not, we
can start back over.
Well, here's the other thing too. So I did get to play the new DLC on Xbox because I got far enough where I could actually play through it, and I did beat the DLC before I even beat the main story, which is kind of crazy. But the cool thing is that it's only $10, but it is going to be on sale for Black Friday. And we're going to be playing it together, and I think that'll just be a blast. Like, Friday's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody will be out, like, beating each other up for Christmas presents, and we'll be home playing. We're going to murder zombies. So, yes, it's probably the only zombie game I actually like, because I'm just kind of over the zombie genre in a sense. Although, I will say this, last night was a very emotional journey, because last night was the season finale of The Walking Dead. No more. Done.
I know, series finale, yeah. It's finally over, and now I have to catch up on it.
Yes, it's over, but now starting next year, they're actually starting a. Well, I don't even know if I could talk about this because I don't know the last time you watched. When was the last time you watched, like, Walking Dead?
I got to the point where.
What was the last person that died? Let me just put it that way.
Glenn.
Oh my God! So you haven't seen the
they
fucking
killed
skinwalkers or any of that shit? Oh my God!
No, I tried to get past the whole situation with Egan, and I love the actor who plays him. Is an incredible actor. I absolutely love what he does. However, it just Glenn was a fan favorite, and it just broke my heart.
Well, the season finale of this show, it's a tearjerker, man. It's a tearjerker, and a lot of things happen that you would not expect. One thing I will say, and I don't even care if I say this out loud. Daryl never dies, so that's good. You don't.
Thank God.
Daryl never dies. Neither does Carol. They both stay alive forever.
They were those two characters had such a brilliant backstory and such a brilliant evolution.
Friendship. Yeah. Friendship and just the way that they built out everything. But Daryl is getting his own series.
Good. He deserves it. The actor he's an incredible actor.
And so
does I forget her name, the character's name. She was Glenn's girlfriend / wife. Maggie, also an incredible actress. Love her. Love that whole piece on the farm.
She is getting her own spin-off as well with another character that I don't want to say who it is.
Okay,
but I'll
catch up on this shit.
You will fucking love it once. I mean, because you'll hate that fucking character, but then as it progresses to the story, he kind of like redeems himself. And I said he, so fuck. But besides the point. They're both going to be having their own new spinoff, and it's going to be in New York, which is interesting. And then there's going to be a brand new episode, which is a big fucking spoiler, and I can't fucking talk about it, but it does have Michonne in it and another person.
Okay, I love her also.
Yes.
Incredible.
Well, you wait until you see her in fucking Wakanda Forever, dude.
Again, I think she's an astoundingly talented actress.
Dude, she is so good in Wakanda Forever. Oh my God.
Well, as soon as I first only ever saw her in Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And when she showed up, sword in hand.
That's where she got her debut as an actress.
Yeah.
I don't think she was in anything before that.
Well,
think
not that I
Walking
remember.
Dead-
She might have done bit parts, but
Yeah, I like smaller parts, but I don't think she was like big until Walking Dead. And then Walking Dead, she was everywhere because Michonne's character, like in the comic books and the graphic novels, was such a big character because she literally had like her brothers on chains as zombies. Like,
yeah, that was such a genius fucking move.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep, yeah. And then the whole progression too, like with her husband and like, oh my god,
Yeah.
there's just so much with her backstory. But she's getting her new series spinoff too, which is awesome. And then Fear the Walking Dead is still going.
Danae Gurira.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danae Gurira.
And then they took some of the characters from the original Walking Dead and put them in Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, because because Fear the Walking Dead is
it's a
like
crossover.
intermedium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they kind of like cross over. Well, they kind of all they're making an expanding universe because I guess what the original director said that they want to do is eventually they want them all to come back together eventually and intersect, and then they want to make a movie, and then that'll be like the finale of everything, and then that's how they're gonna like finish off everything. So they're going like kind of Game of Thrones kind of esque, where there's 19,000 stories going on, and then they all kind of make sense at the end, or they don't, and you have a horrible finale and everybody hates you. And then you have House of Dragons, and then you're just like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Oh god.
Which I cannot wait for the second season. Oh my god. What else? I mean, what else fucking happened? I mean, obviously in the superhero.
She was actually on a bunch of stuff.
I'm
TV
sure she
show
was. We probably just didn't recognize her until after that, because that's what she's known. She's known for Walking Dead, and she's known for Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, she had a bunch of individual appearances on everything from like Law and Order, Criminal Intent, The Visitor, Ghost Town, Life on Mars, and then regular Law and Order. She had a recurring role on a show called Treme or Treme.
Treme or Treme?
Treme.
Like Dream, but with a T?
Yeah, no, it's Treme, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then, wait, where is...
And by the way, too, just as a quick plug, also,
Why does
guys,
it not show her on The Walking Dead in this thing?
you guys have been fucking killing it. By the way, with the watch hours, just so you guys all know, we are 279 watch hours away from getting partnership on YouTube. Guys. Right, we have until the end of December. So this is for everyone out there who is a Pardon D fan, and you guys love this podcast as much as we love making it. Please, even if you've watched the episodes, go back, watch them again. Tell your friends, tell your loved ones, tell everybody to watch it front to back. Watch the evolution, because I've actually had a lot of people tell me this recently that have come into my stream when I'm live, and they're like, dude, the evolution of your guys' podcast from when you first started, when we had a completely different cast. DJ wasn't even on the show originally.
Right.
And he was going to be, but he got busy doing like developing games and helping out with stuff on that end. So he was busy during that time frame. But he was originally supposed to be part of the original cast. It was going to be me and DJ, and we were going to have guests on and stuff.
And we were going to record it late at night. It was going to be a drinking podcast. Now we're recording this shit in the morning. The only thing we're drinking is fucking coffee.
Yeah. So it's definitely evolved over time, and you'll see like all the guests and the cool people that we've had on, and how many people we've helped, and and also that have helped us, shit that we didn't know about. We definitely want to have more Marvel versus DC conversations, because that was one of our best podcasts we ever had, number wise. But yeah, we are this close, 279 watch hours. If all of you guys open it up and watched front to back, or even just, watch episodes that you haven't got a chance to, please go watch them, because we have to hit it before December 31st. If we do not hit it by December 31st, we have to do 4,000 watch hours all over again.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do that. We want to get that check mark so we can do more cool stuff. And then also, too, even line our pockets a little bit, because this shit ain't cheap to run by, but we've been working on it for a full year now. We're coming up to the 1 year in January, which is crazy.
Right? It's just wild that it's been going on this long.
Yeah. So we're I think right now, with the way that we're going, and if we pump out these last couple episodes over the next 6 weeks, I think we're gonna hit 50 episodes before the end of the year.
That's going to be awesome.
50 episodes, guys. So yes,
That's
we've got
wild.
Yeah, so 50 episodes of this, and you got to think about that. That's a lot of time and editing and stuff that we have put into this to make sure that it you guys enjoy it. And obviously, we put it up on Spotify and everywhere else. Please watch it on YouTube. Okay, watch it on YouTube. I know you guys love listening to Spotify, listening in the cars and stuff like that, but watch it on YouTube.
Please run on YouTube.
With at least,
please.
even if you have it running at night, put it at 1%. 1% volume, and just let it run, because it won't count as a watch hour unless you guys have it up. And I know a lot of my mods have been watching it front to back and watching the progression, and they've been enjoying it. So I definitely appreciate all of you guys leaving the nice comments. I know we have bots and stuff that come in too and write stupid shit. I try to handle those the best I can and delete them. But yeah, we're crushing it. We're doing really well. And I really appreciate all that you guys do, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this. And, we are going to have some guests on over the next couple weeks too, which is going to be nice. We don't know who yet, because we're kind of going back and forth between a couple people. Yeah. And we want to have some regulars return. And I know Bandit wants to come back. And I know, and I would definitely like to get more women on the podcast as well. Yes. To get their voice out there and give their perspective in the industry. And just talk about all the different topics, because there's so many things that need to be hit from multiple different angles. And for anybody who is watching this right now too, I am very proud of Arizona right now. I never talk about politics, but I'm very proud of Arizona right now.
Right? Fuck Kari Lake.
Oh my God, dude. Look, you know what? If you like Kari Lake, that's fine, right? I don't give a shit, right? I don't care what your political beliefs are. But she's batshit crazy. She literally still has not conceded. I'm she's now doing the Donald Trump, the votes are fucked. It's
right,
Jesus Christ.
Dummy.
But yes, no. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in Arizona. Hopefully women will have their reproductive rights back here before too long, which will be great. And I think that will be definitely good for all the women in Arizona, which thank God for that.
Yeah.
And then just not only that, but there's just so many other things that are fucked with Arizona in general. And like I said, I'm a Republican, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't fucking vote for half the Republicans in our state. They're fucking nutty. They're nutty, man.
That is the key to how this whole situation is going to be resolved, is people thinking on their own and not diving down party lines simply because that's the
I'm
rhetoric
Republican, so I had to vote Republican. Yeah,
right. That's the rhetoric that they've been led to believe, is that you have to, because this is, and you're, this the demonization of a myriad of different group of people is so evident in how they are pushing. And to be honest, it's how the right wing is truly pushing things, and it's really sad and tragic at the same time.
There are some good people in the Republican Party, guys.
Yeah,
there are, and you know what?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. But it's the extremists who control it.
That's not that wasn't even the right wording. Not even good, because I'm not saying anybody is bad if you voted for Kari Lake or if you voted for somebody else. I'm saying everybody.
You're a fucking idiot if you voted for Kari Lake.
Look, yes. Well, in this instance, I would agree. Yes, but here's the thing: if you believe in something, that's fine. But when it jeopardizes people's health and well-being. Mm-hmm. Or takes away rights, we should never be taking away rights. We should be giving rights.
Yeah.
That is the key sentence right there. Never take away people's rights. Give more. Because guess what? You know what? I'll use this example as a kid, right? If you give kid candy nonstop, they're going to act like little fucking shitheads and expect it all the time, right? But if you discipline them correctly and make sure that people are getting the what they need. So, hey, they may think it's bad. They may think, oh my God, I got to do my chores. But what it's doing is it's teaching them life lessons, so they're not pieces of shit and rely on everybody else to do their work for them. And that is what we've become. We've become, so many people are so abundant on going out there and being like, hey, do everything for me, and I expect no repercussions of your actions. But if you fuck up, you're at fault, and I didn't do anything wrong, even though I was the one that voted for you. Because here's the thing, right?
Yeah, people don't want to.
Your actions as a voter, which for everybody who went out there and voted, thank you. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, dude, this is probably the biggest midterm election I've ever seen in my entire life. It was pretty crazy. Like, it was pretty,
Yeah.
it's pretty nuts. And it's still, like, here's the thing, like, the House is definitely very weird right now. Obviously, everything that happened with Nancy Pelosi and everything, like, and you know, like I don't like to dive into politics too much, but I just wanted to bring this up, and I am very proud of the people of the United States that you actually used your fucking heads. And used your heads, not what fucking Donald Trump and fucking people and rhetoric is being thrown around, and fucking Elon Musk trying to shut down Twitter, open up Twitter. Fucking don't listen.
Or just trying to tank the platform in general. Jesus.
Yeah, he's gonna merge his fucking consciousness with the AI program that he's building in those robots to take over fucking Twitter. But you know, like at the end of the day, like no matter what you fucking believe, right? Just remember, we're human beings.
Yep.
Do unto others, you know, the philosophy goes. Like, and I know a lot of people, you know, out there want to put their noses in shit that doesn't even matter to them.
Right.
Or even affect them at all. And that definitely goes with gay rights. That's definitely a big thing. Like, who gives a fuck? That is the key word. Who gives a fuck? Because who gives a fuck? Who fucks who?
Yep.
You do you. Who gives a shit? If a furry wants to bang a furry, let a furry bang a furry. You know what I mean? Who gives a shit? What is that?
Yeah.
If they want to dress up like giant teddy bears and bang, let them bang. Who cares? You know what I mean? If two men want to love each other, if two women want to love each other, if you want to be in a fucking weird relationship with fucking like 12 different people and be Mormon, I mean, do it. I don't give a shit. Just don't. It doesn't affect me.
Fuck,
it doesn't.
dude.
I'm
All
just
right,
saying.
there we
Look,
go.
I mean, polygamy is illegal, but still, But you get what I'm saying. Like, well, in some states.
Yeah. Wow. Like.
But I'm just saying, like in general, and I know everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck, Drake? You went down that rabbit hole." But like, legitimately, who gives a fuck? Just be good to your fellow man and woman. Just love people for who they are. And we all know there's fucking crazy, psychopathic, nut job people. And that's going to lead into one of our little bit darker topics, but I'm going to let DJ take this one because he wanted to talk about this on the podcast. And this also goes into politics in a sense because, you know, it's been an ongoing controversy about gun rights and laws and everything else. And I still stand a firm believer on this. And I know a lot of people in this maybe where, you know, the lines divide a little bit. I am definitely, I love guns, right? I love guns. I love shooting them, you know, being military background, going out, pumping out a couple rounds on some targets and stuff in a controlled environment. Fun as hell. But what has been happening around the world, not just in the United States, everywhere with guns.
But it is a
it's a very nasty topic. So I'll let DJ take it from here.
Okay. I had a small rant on my stream on Sunday because I was absolutely outraged, and I still am. I'm outraged and furious and devastated all at the same time. On Saturday night, a 22-year-old gunman walked into a gay club and started opening fire, killing 5, injuring 18 plus more, irrevocably changing the lives of over 20 people. Over 20. It was hate motivated, and I'm disgusted. It has to fucking stop somewhere. And here's the fun thing. You know, you don't see trans people or gay people walking into straight clubs, shooting them up. No, that's never happened. You don't see trans or gay people walking into churches, black churches, shooting them up. You don't see trans or gay people walking into schools and shooting up children. No, that's straight people. you can directly correlate the amount of hate crimes that have been happening against the LGBTQI plus community to the extreme vilification of our community through political people who are definitively, by definition, mentally unstable. Their inability to grasp the truth, inability to grasp fact, inability to accept reality, in my opinion, that qualifies as delusional. And yet they're in office somehow, drafting over 300 bills across multiple different states to sanction and remove the rights of gay people to exist. It's unacceptable. And everybody who says, well, it takes a good guy with a gun to, stop a bad guy with a gun. Really? It took I almost said the word. I guess I can say it. I can say it. Can I? No, I shouldn't say it. It's a slur. It took 2 unarmed gay men to stop that motherfucker before he killed anybody else. So here's my question. Where the fuck were the good guys with the guns? I'll tell you where they weren't. In a fucking gay club protecting the people who might actually need it. From a law-abiding, gun-owning citizen. And I'm going to say this because it's the honest-to-God truth. I'm a gun owner. I hate the NRA because the NRA is a nightmare lobbyist group. But I'm a trained weapons specialist from the Navy. Please understand, I find weapons fascinatingly fun. I find all that I was trained with fascinatingly fun. But there's a time and a place for it. Had he had a smaller magazine, he may not have been able to have accomplished as much as he did.
What kind of gun did he use? Do you know?
It's so far they're keeping those details fairly. They said it's a rifle, but it was firing fast enough.
So wait, so here's, not to play devil's advocate here, but here's what I don't understand. How the fuck did a man go through security? Because every nightclub has security. How did
gay clubs are a little bit different on that one? And
well, I mean, you still check IDs.
To my understanding, he shot security.
Oh, he just shot security and went straight in.
Just walked in, shot a bartender, multiple other people, and again,
that explains how he got in past security. Because I've been to a couple gay bars with friends.
Walked up to the club and started shooting. Details are still coming out about this, and it's horrifying. This was Colorado Springs is supposed to be a place where, at least this club was a safe zone. It was their safe space. The police were there in minutes, which is great, and they are devastated as well. The community is completely rocked. You have to understand, an entire club full of people are now going to be terrified to ever go out again. Those people who survived will never be able to hear a car backfire again. Somebody drops something heavy on a floor, they're going to hit the ground and start shaking. I know this because I've been through this. The lives of the people who were in that club and watched this heinous act occur are now forever changed. We don't know exactly what the circumstances of somebody's going out was. What if somebody's living paycheck to paycheck? What if one of these victims is living paycheck to paycheck, managed to save up enough to go out on a weekend with their friends, gets shot, now is in the hospital, racking up hundreds of thousands of dollars of bills because of something that was not their fault. Life changed forever. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And no matter which way you put it, I'm tired of watching my people die at the hands of religious, hateful, intolerant zealots. It is time to put these people back into fear. Make them crawl back under the rocks they crawled out of. and it needs to happen. It needs to be condemned. It needs to be snuffed out and stopped through social pressure or otherwise.
See,
Before a worst case scenario happens, and here's where it's going to get awkward. And I'm going to say this because it terrifies me if it ever gets to this point. At some point, things are going to break. Things are going to come unglued if this doesn't get nipped in the bud. Because we all remember what happened in New York in the 60s. When gays took it into their hands to come back and start fighting. Guess who's really good at hiding in plain sight? Gay people, because we've been doing it our entire lives most of the time. We are ex-military, ex-intelligence, ex-law enforcement. And some of us are currently any one of those things.
But
the last thing I want to see happening is gays having to arm themselves to fight this off because nobody's willing to stand up from the straight community and go, hey,
well, you
knock
can't.
it the fuck off.
Well, yeah, but that type of
and I'm not
mindset,
blaming.
though.
I'm not blaming all straight people.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying, but the way you're saying it sounds that way. So I just want to clarify this because we kind of talked about this a little bit off stream too. And
I'm furious at the politicians. I am furious at the fact that this type of hateful, villainous rhetoric is being allowed to be pushed out. When you have people who are in political office, who are adamantly advocating for violence against drag queens as all they're trying to do is help educate by reading a story, that's not exposure. Well, there is nobody sexualizing a child. It's this type of extremism. It's a religiously incited extremism, and that's the problem. That is the severe problem.
I think we've got to a point where
I don't know. I'm a little worked up about it because
I know you are.
I'm frustrated.
I know. And you know what though? But it's not even just the gay community either, or the LGBTQ plus. It's the fact that, like, I mean, all these children that are getting killed that didn't even get to have a life or even get to choose to be gay or straight, or, you know what I mean, or live out their lives, or even get to that point to be able to go out to a club. We're getting to a point in our society where people think they're so entitled that they can just grab a gun and be like, you know what, I'm right, I'm gonna go shoot up somebody. Or I was bullied, so I want everybody else to feel my pain.
Yep.
Well, guess what, people? And I will say this time and time again, because this is military, this is straight, gay, it doesn't matter. If you need help, get help.
Yeah.
Don't
if you
exert
see
your
something.
stress or your emotional anxiety or your horrible things that you are going through at your time in your life. Don't ever make that hurt and anger so intolerable that you have to pick up a gun and go into a public place and end somebody's life or hurt somebody else because you are in pain. That means that you are socially unstable and you need help. And you know what? If that means you need to be in a straitjacket the rest of your fucking life, it's better that you do that and save people's lives and let people grow up with their children or their families or their loved ones. It's just gotten to a point where this shit has got to stop. And the only way it's going to stop is by you looking in the mirror. And that's the sad part. Because here's the thing, right? You take away guns are going to be only in the hands of the bad guys. And I want to be. I'm just saying this because
I am an advocate for the Second Amendment. I want to make that very clear.
Yes,
I absolutely do believe in that, but I also believe there's a level of responsibility that goes with it.
Yes,
you can't In
I
order
think
to
there
drive
should be
a
more
car,
training classes. Yeah, there should be more training classes.
in order to drive a car, you have to go through driver's training. You have to pass a test. You have to hold insurance. I don't see why that's any different for guns. You have to go through a training program to get your gun, and then you have to carry insurance on that gun in the event that it is used or accidentally causes damage.
Well, that's what permits are for. I mean, like, realistically, they're licensed insurance policies to protect not only the gun owner, but also the people that they may be fired upon, or other animals for that matter, because licensing or permits, like if you get a class 2 license, or you get anything like a concealed permit, or you get anything like that, your information is readily available to the FBI, to all government, all police, and all you have to do is show a card and be like, hey, I'm carrying my gun and being responsible. And there's actually somebody on TikTok who does videos like that, who lives in downtown, like the hood, Chicago, and he's a black man, and he gets pulled over all the time just because he's black and racial profiled all the time. But he is a gun instructor, and he's actually really entertaining to watch because he'll get pulled over, and the way he acts compared to a black officer, compared to a white officer, or even a woman white officer, it is drastically different. And he shows the difference, like how people
having to whitewash his approach, which is awful.
Which is awful. Like he'll be like, he goes, I'm not trying to make anybody think that I'm racist or that I hate white people, but this is just the truth of it. And he'll put his hands up and he'll do like certain motions, and he doesn't reach for anything. He's like, keep your hands up the whole time, even if you're innocent, still do it anyway. What does it hurt? Don't try to fight, because if you fight, you're going to get shot. Because in that area, and this is also, you know, from racial profiling and everything else, and me being a white man and having friends who grew up in the hood. Like, literally, one of my best friends is from the hood of Chicago, and his brother is still in prison. He's still one of my friends. We still talk every now and again. We used to work together. We literally used to run a marketing company together. And he would tell me horror stories. Like, he'd just be driving down the street, and he'd get pulled over, and he goes, but if I had a white friend in the car, they'd pull me out and leave my white friend in the car. Wouldn't even ask him a single question. And you know what? And that's the fucked up part about it is that when you're in a very gang affiliated area, or a rural area that is just infatuated with gang violence and guns and everything else, yes, cops are going to be more on edge, 100%. But why give them an excuse either? That's also the plus side of it, you know?
Oh, yeah, no.
Law enforcement, if they're trained properly, will know the difference. But there are some racist, power-hungry people that get into law enforcement just so they can have that big dick syndrome and be like, hey, look, I'm in charge. You have to do what I say. But now people are starting to crack down on cops and putting them in their place. And the same thing will happen with the gay community, with the black community. I mean, we saw what happened with Black Lives Matter. Like, people are going to get to a point where they just had enough. And that's it's going to end up being civil war again.
And that's what I'm afraid of. That is what my biggest fear is. This is going to boil over, and it's going to come unglued. Yeah. But I want to point this out in a big.
We don't want that to happen. Of course.
No, I do not want that to happen. That's why I want to there needs to be some sort of.
I'll tell you. I will tell you this. This is what you need to do. Get these old fucking people who grew up with racism and fucking segregation and racism, and literally some of these people grew up with literally slaves in their house. They've been alive that fucking long. They shouldn't be in power. They should not be in power. Because, look, you know what? The way this country was formed on the back of slavery. A lot of countries are.
Yeah.
And it's a sad reality. And a lot of people say a lot of great empires were built on the back of slavery. I mean, look at the Roman Empire. Look at so many other things. Look at Egypt. Look at. I mean, there's so many amazing places in the world now. At what cost? Yeah, exactly. And we need to get to that point where we need to realize that it does not fucking matter what the color of our skin is, who we bang, what we believe in. It should not fucking matter. That is your beliefs. That is what you want to do. That is who you are as a person. It should not fucking matter. Mind your business. Mind your business.
And I have two things to say on that one. First of all, I want to shout out to the Colorado Springs Police Department, by the way. So the first 911 call started at 11:56 p.m. Officers were dispatched at 11:57, and the first officer arrived on scene at midnight, and the suspect was detained by 12:02.
Jesus, that's quick.
So in a span of 8 minutes, and by the way, that total injury list is now up to 25, 5 dead, 25 in the hospital, 30 people in 8 minutes. And actually, because the two patrons took him down, and he was under.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's in the hospital as well. Trust me, those two
beat the hell out of him.
I don't know what the truth is, but he somehow got like hospital level injuries, and it was before the cops arrived.
Good.
But if the cops arrived there at midnight and they'd subdued him, that took him a total of 3 to 4 minutes. 30 people in 3 to 4 minutes.
You know what, though? I will say this, as fucked up as this may sound, I'm glad he's alive. You know why?
Oh, yeah.
You know why? Because how many times have we had shootings like the Vegas shooting where the guy kills himself before there is even a chance to get any sense of justice or find out where he got the weapons or like why he did what he did? Because, like, look, there's so many things that are going on too. I just watched this whole thing too, and I don't even want to reference this from Dr. Phil because I'm not a big fan of Dr. Phil either.
That guy.
But they did just have an episode where this whole thing with like Dahmer, for example, there's now all these reports of men that were in Germany with him that he was drugging and raping back then, and that they got away and they would beat the shit out of him, and they couldn't talk about it because back then you couldn't. I mean, this is a prime example of what you said. You couldn't be gay in the military. So they had to keep their fucking mouth shut. If they said they were raped by a man, they would have got the shit kicked out of them just for that. Yep. If not close to death, just for that by their own fucking military friends.
Yep.
And so, welcome to the military. But you know what, though? I definitely think the military has evolved a lot since then. Yeah. It's definitely not like that now. Like, people can be whoever the fuck they want in the military for the most part. Yeah, for the most part, I mean, you can still be gay, but people, that's the thing. If you grew up in backwoods fucking South Carolina, being gay is oh no, don't do that. You know what I mean? And not everybody from South Carolina is like that, or West Virginia or wherever. A lot of those places, even Alabama, Mississippi, places like that, they definitely do not cater to the LGBTQ plus. They don't. They were one of the first states to actually go all in and like, no, they can't have separate bathrooms. What the fuck? Like, if they're a dude and they have a wiener, they need to pee in the guy's bathroom. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck, man? You're not hurting anybody. Everybody's got a shit and piss. Who gives a fuck?
And that's what I want to like.
I'm lazy. I sit down to pee sometimes. Fuck it. Who gives a fuck? How would you know? You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it doesn't, who fucking cares? Who gives a shit?
At the end of the day, and I think this is the most important thing to walk away from all of this. Everyone is entitled to the freedom of their beliefs, the freedom of their, I would say, of their morality, their ethics, who you are as a person. The moment your belief structure starts to impede upon the ability of another person or group of people to do the same thing, then the issue is you. If you don't believe in gay marriage, fine. Don't get gay married. If you don't believe
by the way, that's being voted in right now as an actual law, right?
No, they're trying to get rid of it. So,
no. They're
let me
right
finish
now
my
they're
point.
voting on it. I think they're
Well, let's
voting
hope
on
they-
it to
let's hope
actually
they push
make it a
through.
law, so it doesn't end up
But-
being like Roe.
Yes, let me. And I want
Go
to.
ahead. Sorry, I just when I just read that. But.
Yeah, if you don't believe in gay marriage, fine, don't get gay married. If you don't want to have if you don't believe in abortion, don't get an abortion. If you don't want pineapple on pizza, don't get pineapple on pizza. But you don't have the right to tell the rest of the world you should not have pineapple on pizza. You're not allowed to have pineapple on pizza. It's not all about you. That's it. It's not all about
You know, that's a good analogy, though, the pineapple pizza thing, because you know how many people, it's like a split thing. Like, people love it or they hate it, right?
It's like cilantro and salsa.
Yeah, well, cilantro, there's actually a small percentage of people that eat cilantro that it tastes like
And
soap.
it tastes like soap. Yeah,
Yep.
that's it. Yeah, it's just an
and
allergy.
it's actually a genetic thing, yeah. But even so, like pineapple pizza, right? You know, here's the great thing about pineapple pizza. If you get a Hawaiian pizza, for example, right? Ham and pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many times I don't hate it. I don't like it. But here's the thing. You can pick the pineapple off and just move about your day and eat your pizza.
Yep.
You know?
Also a thing. Yeah. So
if you don't like the toppings, if you don't like the toppings, just move on. You know what I mean? Order your own fucking pizza. Yeah, get your own personal pan if you want to be a fucking bigot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Bigot pizza's over there.
Bigot pizza. Yeah, you go over there. Yeah. And you know what? Some people might feel the same way about pineapple. Be like, take your bigot pizza over there. You know what? But you know what? Hey, at the end of the day, everybody has their own pizza. And everybody eats. And everybody lives. And everybody's happy. Everybody's getting a full tummy. Do your thing. But the second it leads to war or violence or hurting someone else, go fuck yourself. I hope you choke on that fucking pizza, whatever flavor you like. You know what I mean? And that's just the fucking harsh truth of it. Because right now we're going into fucking merry season, and I want happiness. I don't want sad shit. Okay? So and
there you go.
And there is that whole topic. We said it was going to go down a little bit of rabbit hole, and I do want to bring up one more. No, it's all right though. While we're in the dark mode, we got to talk about this too. Obviously, you guys know that the Green Power Ranger.
Yes.
Everybody watched it when we were kids, or, you know, even if you are, you know, a Gen Zer and have no idea what the fuck Power Rangers is. I mean, at this point,
yeah,
everybody knows who the fucking Green Power Ranger is. He was a martial artist, and there was actually
green and white, right?
He was green and white. Yep, he was a green and white Power Ranger since the early 90s. I think 1993 is when Power Rangers first came out, if I remember. Yeah. He and speaking of guns and things that happened as well, similar situation. Jason was actually at Phoenix Comic-Con, and a guy dressed up as Punisher and brought in real guns and was attempting to shoot him and everybody in the Phoenix Comic-Con. And it changed up all the gun and prop laws for all Comic-Cons because of that. Yeah. And it's because of that happened. And he threw a big shit fit about it and was like, how did this even happen? How did this get through the door and everything else? And it was a pretty controversial thing here, especially for like the nerd, you know, convention people, and like me and everybody who went in cosplaying. We couldn't even bring in a fucking foam sword. You couldn't even bring in a lightsaber because it was considered a weapon for a very long while. It caused quite a stir in the convention world. But yeah, he recently just passed away. I think he passed away yesterday, right? Yes, was it yesterday, the day before? And I think it was suicide, I believe, from what I read. And of course, TMZ was the first to know about it. I don't know how the fuck TMZ finds this shit out before everybody else. I mean,
they pay.
I mean, probably, yeah. But you know, anybody who grew up with the Power Rangers knows, like, it's That was a lot of people's childhood. A lot of people love Power Rangers. I mean, also too, like me, I loved dinosaurs when I was a kid. So the Dinobots were always like really cool, like as Transformers. And then when they had like the Megazord, and it was made out of like, it was like Voltron but newer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was definitely, it was cheesy as fuck. God damn it, it was like Godzilla scale acting. Some of that shit, but you know what though? I think that's the cheesiness is what made it good. So.
Well, and we didn't get a chance to talk about because you've been gone, but right before you left for the day before you left for Hawaii, we lost Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, who was an icon.
Yep.
Absolutely incredible. John Aniston from Days of Our Lives, Jennifer Aniston's dad, also died.
Yep.
Like and that was the other one, Gallagher.
Gallagher died. And then also oh God, what is his name? He was actually part of the LGBTQ plus, the little short guy.
Yes.
It starts with an L. Leslie.
Yeah.
God, I can't remember his name, but yeah, he just passed away because he was just on Masked Singer, and they did a whole like tribute to him this week. But yeah, he just passed away, and he was like one of the sweetest, nicest little dudes ever, you know. But I think he was only like 57. He died in a car accident.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you know.
Leslie Jordan.
Yeah, Leslie Jordan. There you go. But like, just
he was hilarious. I loved him on everything I've ever seen him on. He was on Three's Company.
He was on Will and Grace.
And he was but way back in the day, he was also on Golden Girls. He's been on pretty much every sitcom there was around there. Will and Grace, obviously. He had several different recurring roles with American Horror Story.
Yep. Yeah, you know. It's crazy, you know. Like we're gonna see, we're you know, I don't even want to put bad juju in the air because there's some actors that are getting older.
Don't say their names.
I am not saying their names. I am not. But there are a lot of actors that are getting older, you know, and we're gonna lose a lot of major icons over the next couple years, and you know, hopefully they live to be 120, you know. But you know, and there was actually a report about this. I don't know if you heard about this, that the human life expectancy is actually expanding. And they said that the average human being now over the last 40 years, the life expectancy of a normal 6 foot, you know, white male, because I think that's how they did their reports, was the life expectancy was 47, which was very, very short. That was 40 years ago. Now, I think it was either Harvard or Stanford that just released this statistic, but it was now the life expectancy of standard male, just in general, no color at all, just male, is the life expectancy is 101. That's how much we've increased because of modern technology and being able to keep people alive longer and being able to help out through medical means. The life expectancy of a woman is 85. So we're definitely our life expectancy growth. But they said that they've noticed over the last 100 years that the life expectancy overall for certain genetic code, that people are staying alive a lot longer. I think the oldest woman in the world just died like last year. I think she was 118.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it's crazy to think that like, and they were even saying, and whether you believe in religion or not, whatever, but they were saying like even back way before like recorded like books and stuff too, that humans lived anywhere from 150 to 200. There was like larger spans of human gap. And they've even showed that in skeletal structures when they're digging people up, that like their bone structures don't match what a standard human life expectancy would be. Some would, and then there was like, you know, different shaped skulls and like, obviously like I will go down the rabbit hole, but anyway, besides the point. And science is crazy. Like, I mean, the stuff that they discover every single day. So, but yeah, it's just really crazy, man. It's just crazy to think that like, you know, I turned 40 last week. 40. I still have 60 years left of my life, according to this 101, you know, whatever thing. I'll be happy if I live to be 70. Like
yeah,
I would
dude.
be
No, I
happy
totally
because
agree.
like honestly, like being healthy and happy, but so many people are dying in their 90s. Like obviously like I know so many so many people in like that I know like family wise, man, they're not dying until they're 98, 95. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a long life. Think about that. 100 years. 100 years being alive from like, so I was born in 82, right? When were you born?
Yeah.
What year?
I was born in 75.
So you're born in 75. So you were born before Star Wars came out. You're old.
Yep. I know.
But even so though, think about that. The evolution of film from 75 to now. You look at the new Avatar movie that's coming out in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Where it looks fucking real. There's the water, the everything like that looks like you're swimming in fucking Hawaii. To what it was.
Yep.
Still grain films and like freaking, they were just starting to get into cinematography where they were actually starting to make explosions look cool. Like,
Yeah.
and now we have video games where we could literally go inside them. And now there's a guy fucking literally saying that he is making Sword Art Online. Have you heard about that? Literally, if you put the goggles if you die in the game, you die in real life. He wants to hook up fucking IVs to you that if you get...
that is lunacy.
Well, guess what? He's already done it. It's already been done. And he's already
Did the
made
person
it.
die?
I don't know if anybody's died yet, but he said he's making it based off the game because he said he wants real life consequences for your actions in video games. If you're bad at video games, you shouldn't be able to play them anymore.
Oh, that's fucking stupid. That is the most
Yeah,
unbelievably dumb thing I've ever heard.
It's pretty crazy. You should look it up and read on it, and then we'll talk about it on the next podcast. But it's fucking crazy some of the shit this guy said. And he's just some tech kid, you know. He wants to build more realistic video games, and I get it, you know, like that's cool. I wouldn't mind one day being able to jack in and go into a video game as long as you can jack out. Yeah. Like, put a chip in my neck. I don't give a fuck if I can go in there and run around as the Hulk. I'm down. Let's go. But you know, I would actually be Deadpool because then I'd never die. But
Jesus.
But see, look, cheat codes. I'm already putting the Game Genie codes in. But just in general, like that type of stuff, you know, it's crazy how much we evolved. But 100 years, imagine 100. Like I was thinking about that. 60 years from now for both of us, like if we were still able to be alive in 60 years.
Oh yeah, the world will be completely different.
Will we still even have gas vehicles? Will we be all electric? Will we be on another planet by then? We will actually have a lunar base and actually land on the moon again, which we just had that new orbital rocket that just went around.
Right.
And, you know, like, there's so many things that, like, what's going to be different then? What are we going to... I mean, we literally have cars now. I don't know if you've seen the new hydrogen cars, where they're literally producing water that you can drink right out of the fucking exhaust. It converts it as it's going through the system and makes it drinkable water. Why? What the fuck? Why don't we have that in every car?
Oh, well, hold on. That shit was invented in the 70s.
Oh yeah, for sure it was.
And General Motors paid like, I don't know, $250,000 at the time, which was huge for the plans and the rights to it, and the patent. Yep. They threw that shit in the fucking vault and locked it up because they knew it would completely destroy the future of
car development.
The future of the combustion engine.
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah, but you know, it's stuff like that. You know, you think about it. You think about like, holy shit, like what the fuck? Like, where are we gonna be at? You know, it's just something to think on. You know, and I mean, video games. I mean, we had a week of video games. We had the new Sonic game come out. We had the new expansion for Dying Light. We have World of Warcraft's brand new Dragonflight expansion coming out next week. That game's been around since we were kids. We've got we had Gotham Knights come out not so long ago, which I got it gifted, so I'm actually kind of excited to play that. We had the brand new update for Halo. So you can actually
Yep.
play with your friends now. Which, by the way, have you dived in at all? Is it better? Has it gotten? What is your thoughts on Halo, real quick? I don't want you to go down too far of a rabbit hole because I know how you are with Halo. But is it better? Is Forge good? Like, what have you messed around with it at all?
Don't know. Can't figure it out.
What, for real?
I've seen some things that people have made, which is absolutely fucking incredible. However, I cannot figure out shit with Forge.
It's a hot mess. It's not
It's
easy.
so goddamn complicated.
Yeah.
So, and I don't feel like that's a bad thing, but
It's just like way more advanced than the old Forge.
oh god, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, is it built in Unreal 5? What is the engine it's built in?
So my understanding, it is built in, presently built within the Slip Space engine.
Got it.
But as time goes on, I'm going to start slowly figuring it out.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, right? Like, all games evolve. We're gonna have games that are gonna come and go, and by the time we actually figure this out, we're gonna have a brand new Halo.
Right? Jesus, no kidding.
Yeah, but yeah, I hope they get their shit together with that. There's so many things that are, games that are hanging on by a thread. I mean, Marvel's Avengers. Guess what character they're releasing?
Huh?
It was just announced at the end of the month, Winter Soldier. So yeah,
Nice.
kind of
That'll
just
be
threw
cool.
that in the woodworks, and it's free and it's on all systems, so they're not doing any more Spider-Man shit, which is great.
Yep.
So yeah, there's that, and then next week too. Don't forget we have the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special that comes out next week.
Right.
That's gonna be on
gonna
Disney
fun.
Plus, so that'll be awesome. It's they gave the runtime on it. It's 42 minutes,
Cool.
so much longer than I thought it was gonna be. To be honest, we get to go hunt down the legendary Kevin Bacon.
I know it'll be hilarious.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about it. I hope it leads to something too, because that's the only gripe I had about Wakanda Forever is that
Yeah.
it was a different type of movie and it was definitely a tribute movie. But there was some big Easter egg drops for like future characters in the movie. And Ironheart, by the way, fuck, dude, she does so.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she kind of got side plated a little bit, which I was kind of upset. But man, they did a great job with her. She did such an awesome job, and I'm excited to see her in future movies. Or hopefully Robert Downey Jr. comes back as the AI in her suit, like in the comic books, because that would be amazing. But yes, I would say like overall, like we've got some crazy video games coming up. We actually have Callisto Protocol. That's coming out on the 1st of December. That's like in a week and a half. We also have Hogwarts is right around the corner. That's in January or February, right? We got the new expansion for Destiny in February. We've got the Dead Space remake coming out. There's also another big game that's coming out, and it's right on the tip of my tongue, and it comes out the first week of December. I don't know, but there's a lot of stuff coming out. But
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, we can talk about it next week. Yeah, but because we're already at an hour and a half. But
fuck!
Yeah,
All right,
yeah, it's already 1:20. It's already 1:21. I mean, we started going down a rabbit hole. But also too, guys, next stream, I actually am gonna have a really big announcement too. Or next podcast, you guys are gonna see something really cool too that actually ended up manifesting itself from TwitchCon. And with the help of DJ, it's being shipped, so it should be here pretty soon. It's either later today or tomorrow. And once it shows up, I'm going to get it set up, and I'm going to show you guys live on the podcast next week. So I'm super excited about that. For everybody else out there, guys, who's in the United States, have a wonderful and happy Thanksgiving. Spend as much time with your family. If you hate your family, enjoy the nice food by yourself, or go out and watch a movie, have some Chinese food, do whatever you got to do. If you decide to go out Black Friday shopping, don't get stampeded by Karens. And most of all, make sure you guys watch the podcast, okay? Because we are 272 watch hours away from getting partnership. We need all of your support. We only have a month and 2 weeks left to hit this goal. So we need you to go out and watch these, put them up, watch every episode, go all out. We need your support more than ever. And DJ, where can they find you, buddy?
You can find me on all the platforms, including Hive Social now at DJBluePDX.
I love how you threw a Hive in there. I love it. And obviously, I'm the Lost Drake. You can find me everywhere as the Lost Drake. I'm going to be diving into God of War and a brand new game, Evil West, this week, which looks fucking awesome. And if you haven't watched the Danny Trejo commercial for it and the trailer, it's fucking phenomenal. Wild West shooter. And you basically fight demons and fucking all kinds of crazy shit. It looks really awesome, and it's 2-player co-op. So really awesome about that. I'm going to be playing that this week, along with Dying Light 2 with DJ on Black Friday. So we're going to be playing that together, so that's going to be fun. And in 1 week, we start Drakemas. 25 days of Drakemas. Every day I'm giving away a prize, and every single person that comes to the channel is going to get an entry. Who drops a sub gets an entry into a massive giveaway for Christmas, which I'll be announcing that live on stream. So make sure you guys swing by and check that out. And as always, us here at Pardon the Distraction, thank you guys so much. We love you. Go watch all our videos. Help us hit all the goals. We're going to be posting a lot to make sure we hit these numbers. So please, please, please watch it. We want to get goddamn partner. We love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Peace out.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.